Okay, so this loot route on a Blue Gate is super solid. We're going to go through the village and loot the houses. I'll show you where the best loot is. You can easily make 100k from a run here. We do have a suitcase back here and a drawer. We will check through these. The drawers are super good, especially for valuables. So it's definitely worth hitting every single drawer that you can find. We're going to salvage this because eventually we will find better loot. And we're just going to have a set of all the tier 1 materials basically at the bottom of our inventory and salvage stuff into them just to save space. It is more efficient. As you salvage items down, they do become less valuable, but you can put a lot more into your inventory if they're all the same type of item. So the pan, we're not going to want to sell. We will salvage it down. And again, just checking the drawers in the kitchen, salvaging it down and moving along. So we'll check for anything else. And then we'll go upstairs here and check the third story because the second story is blocked off. Just check for anyone out the window real quick. You do have to be not like too careful, but relatively careful. The rosary is super good. It's 3k, definitely worth a lot. So we will throw that in our butt. And it is worth bringing a raider hatch key as it will let you get out super easy at the end of this run. So anyways, what I was saying about PvP is there are a fair number of people that come loot here, but usually it's like only one or two, so you can either avoid them or deal with them relatively easily. We are just checking outside just to see if there's anyone. It's okay to take your time. You don't have to rush through this. It is super good loot, and it's sort of a quality over a quantity sort of thing where the loot run takes a little bit, but you loot every single house and get an insane amount of loot from one run. So after this, we are going to run across, just checking this way to make sure there isn't anyone, and we are going to run across this house right in front of us. This one has some of the best loot in the village, as I've gotten a number of blueprints from it, a number of things. I do hear something, but I think we are okay. So, okay, so we will come back to the house because I thought I heard someone, and we'll loot this house first. You'll see a number of houses like this. There are usually things on the shelves if no one's looted it. And sometimes there are cabinets in the kitchen space over here. I keep feeling like I hear stuff, but yeah, there's nothing. We're just going to keep looting, check all the shelves, and batteries are worth it because they are used to craft shields, I believe. I don't remember exactly, but that's okay. We'll check the second story and grab that and salvage it down for metal parts. And then again, just going through everything. The cabinets are super good. They usually have good items in them. I think I just didn't want any space filled up by the shield recharger. And then we get a breathtaking snow globe. That's definitely going right into our safe pocket. I think it's about 7.5 thousand. So one of the best items in the game money-wise. We dropped the coffee pot because I know that we will find better items than that, especially ones that we can stack. And then we will run to the third floor. The weapons that you can bring on this run are totally up to you. Generally, you want something close range and then something to take out arc. I think the Venator is super solid. I was just having a little bit of fun with it, but I think generally probably the best weapon for this run would be the shotgun. And there's sound. I just forgot to have it on at the very beginning, but I think the El Toro shotgun is probably the best weapon for clearing through the village. You will find people camping in corners on this village, and that can be super annoying, but the shotgun is really good at taking them out. That's also a reason to bring a couple of nades with you, is if someone's camping or, you know, sitting in a corner or around a doorway, you can throw a couple nades in there and take care of them relatively easily. We will salvage that down. I should have salvaged the shotgun choke too, but that is okay. And now we're going to think about getting out of this house and moving over towards the house that has doesn't always have blueprints in it, but it has so many different drawers that you'll either get blueprints or you'll definitely get something valuable from it. So I'm just checking out the window, seeing if anyone's there. It's worthwhile to do that every once in a while just to see if you see anyone, and we don't. So we're going to run over to, I guess it's the hotel. That's the name of the house that has a lot of good loot in it. So we will run upstairs. Should have looted the bottom, but that's okay. There's one cabinet right there. Unfortunately, we see that it is already looted. I don't actually loot those. It's usually worth checking. A lot of people leave behind good loot that you can salvage down into items that you can later sell or use. But we're just going to run right up here to the crates, double checking that there's no one upstairs before looting them. And we're going to drop down. Oh, Okay, well, I should have looted those crates, but that is okay. We're going to hop out. Just checking around, seeing if we see anyone. And we'll hop out, take the zip line over, and go into this rooftop. It's usually good to check and see if you see anyone inside before hopping down, because if someone's camping in there, they can take you out pretty quickly. So we will check around, and I'm just seeing if I can close that from below, but was not able to. So we will check around, see what loot there is. There is a cabinet here, so that's super good loot. Got some duct tape and rope. We will keep both of those. And then there's 4 cabinets here, or 3, which is awesome. Take another photograph. We'll salvage those eventually, not yet. And we will search through this cabinet as well. And the arpeggio is sort of bad, so we will end up breaking it down eventually as well. Again, just super good loot from cabinets. There's some of the best loot in the game. They're up there with red lockers. Red lockers are super good for blueprints as well. We're just checking around, and we will run back, and I believe we take the zip line back. Yes. So we can loot that pharmacy that's right there, and then we will move on to the greater village as well. We'll go down the ladder. If you're really, really cool, you can jump from the ladder to that window and avoid it running around the front like this. We'll loot the edges. This is a great place to get toasters, by the way. If you want toasters, you can definitely get them here. We're going to move upstairs and see what we can find. The pharmacies, this building, they use the same prefab building. This building doesn't have too much loot. It has like 1 terminal usually, and then like 1 little drawer that you can look into, but generally the loot here isn't wonderful. I did run past that for some reason. I should have looted it. I don't know what I'm doing, but anyways, that is all the loot in the lower village, so it is time to head up to the upper village. I'm just checking around, seeing if I see anyone. Still definitely worth it doing the third-person peek just to see. We're gonna take a quick look at the church over here, but I've never found any loot over here. I always check, but I think eventually I'm just going to stop going because I don't see anything there usually. Someone usually spawns up in the rafters there. So anyways, I think we are going to come across our first player here, and we'll take them out quickly. Unfortunately, people were being super friendly on the first couple days, but recently either people have not been friendly, or they say they're friendly and then they shoot you in the back. So especially on Bluegate, I've not been trusting anyone. Just shoot on first sight, and if they say they're friendly, sometimes if I have a defib, I'll defib them. But we'll take her loot real quick. There's not too much there, but she obviously was looting the North Village a little bit. But we'll salvage anything that we can't take. We will take the wash driver because it sells for a fair amount. If you can stack them. I think in this case, arpeggio probably would have sold for more, but that's okay. Take another stack up the faded photographs, and you want to bring in the looting mark too if you can, just because you can stack the trinkets. It's especially good for this loot run because this loot run has so many different valuables. I think they're the commercial type of loot. That's my guess. And yeah, so you get a ton of them in the village. So there's another drawer here. It's already looted. Again, I think it actually would have been worth it to check in there and see if there's anything in there. I don't in this run, but I think I was trying to make it relatively short for the video so that I don't take up too much time. We're just going to check all of these sides, and then so since this house is already looted, we will move on to another one. I'm going to take out the tick real quick, and what we're going to do is we're going to hop here. We're going to hop up and then try to get on this thing and then hop over to the window. Can be safer than running around outside, unless someone sees you and shoots you from below. That can be an issue too. Again, another pharmacy-like building. Not the best loot. Actually, no loot at all in this one, but sometimes it spawns. It just depends. Again, flashlight coming in super clutch makes it really easy to see. We'll check this cabinet. Cabinets again have pretty good loot. They are just, I think they have the same loot pool as the drawers, that like the nice dresser drawers. So you can definitely get some pretty good valuables out of them. I like turning off my flashlight when going outside so that people, aren't really alerted to your presence. And we're going to check both ways and then cross the street, not for cars, but for players. And I was just checking that building to see if there's anything to do with it, but not. So we're going to loot this bottom area. And again, sometimes there's drawers. This time it was already open, but we'd check in it anyways. So we're going to go upstairs. You do get 200 XP sometimes for looting this, so it's worth it. And we'll check those drawers again, all already looted, unfortunately. It is pretty hard to get the village completely unlooted, but if you do, you get absolutely fully looted up. And even without even with the village being fully looted, we can still find super good stuff. Those playing cards are worth 5k, so super worth it. We'll trade it out for our chemicals. I'm trying to figure out what to do with our inventory because it's pretty much full at this point, but we'll salvage that down and then take the batteries. So moving on from here, we will check the top part of this building. Should be at least one cabinet to look into here. And we get a coffee pot, a shotgun choke, and I think we do salvage that, at least the chemicals, yeah. And then the shotgun choke, there's not really any point, nowhere we can fit it. So again, you will get fully looted, and sometimes there will just be nowhere to put your items. The painted box is definitely worth taking. I'm pretty sure it's worth 3k. So we're trying to figure out where to put it because our inventory is so full. I believe I put it in where the thermostat is, and then we salvage that instead. And again, nowhere for it to go. So I believe yeah, there we go. So we check for any last cabinets, and then it is time to move on to the next building. So again, the loot in the village is super good. You'll almost certainly find at least one pink while going through it. And while it's not like anything sexy like guns, it's a ton of stuff, a ton of crafting materials, and a ton of items that sell for a lot of money. If you need money, this is the place to go. You can just fill up, sell your stuff, and you'll never have money issues again. I mean, eventually, you're just going to be buying everything out from the traders, and you won't be able to. Your problem will be the timers on the traders, not how much money you have. So it's super important to buy your hull breaker every single time it's up, because you only get like one per day, and unless you're crafting them, that's the only way you're going to be getting hull breakers. So we're going to check in here again, more of the same cabinets. We get some chemicals, toaster. Again, we're full on chemicals. That's okay. There's a drawer right there. Then drawers and cabinets are the best because they have the super valuable trinkets. We will take the film reel. Again, we're gonna have to figure out what to get rid of. I believe I do get rid of the blaze grenade here. Feels bad, but that's just how it goes. We don't have room for the toaster either. You can easily get all 3 toasters in one run. So if I wanted to, I could have salvaged, but to save time, I decided just to go upstairs, and we will see if there's anything to loot in here. And I thought I saw a flash right there, but I guess not. We'll go up to the top space, and again, it looks like we may have a cabinet to loot, but that's about it. Already looted, and it is time to get out of here and check out the window a little bit. And we're trying to decide where to go. Check the alleyway to make sure there's no one there, and then we'll move from where we were. And we're almost at the end of the run. We're pretty much done. Super good loot. Pretty easy. Usually just 1 or 2 people. And we will run this way. I'm just making sure I didn't miss anything. And we will run up these stairs over here. You can loot this yellow building in front of us, and we can also loot that house on the hill. I think in this case, I don't end up looting the house on the hill just because I was trying to make the run not too long. But we will check in here for any residual loot real quick. The house on the hill is worth looting. I actually think I should have looted it in this run, but I didn't. So that is okay. We're just gonna check for anything, and there's literally no loot containers in here, so we're gonna check around the corner, see if anyone's looking, and then we're gonna head over to the Lucky Raiders hatch. And I mean, that is why we brought the hatch key, is just to make sure that we could get out super easy and not have to run all the way up to the top. And I forgot, there is one last building here that we looted. We'll take the music album because that is worth, I think, about 3k. So definitely worth taking. As you can see, we're already up to about 88,000. So we're doing super good on money. And I think I will switch this out for the bullets. And that is a cache, so that's definitely worth looting. See if we can get anything good there. And we end up getting heavy gun parts, which we will switch out for the wash driver, and then we will scoot upstairs. See if we can get anything good here. And it's looking pretty empty, so 1 more floor. Again, not much loot. A terminal real quick that we can look into. Honestly, terminals probably could have their loot buff just a little bit. It's not the best. And we will be able to hop out onto the roof here and check around, see if anyone's looking. And we'll just climb on the roofs over to this raider hatch. We see some people are doing stuff over there. You definitely, in this case, you definitely could loot this house right here. I probably should have, but in this case, I just run over, we slam the key in, and we are safe and sound. So anyways, super good run. We got about 90,000 from that pretty quickly. If you want to see the loadout that I use for these runs, I have a loadout guide linked at the end of this video, so feel free to watch that. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.